Hello and welcome back to today's video where I'm going to show you guys exactly how to install Kodi on your QNAP NAS. In today's video what we're going to do is take you through each of the steps so you can start enjoying your multimedia from the comfort of your sofa thanks to Kodi. Now before we go any further, a few disclaimers straight off the bat. One, make sure you're using a QNAP NAS that has an HDMI output. If your NAS does not have an HDMI output, then this guide is going to be largely useless to you unless you are utilizing maybe a Fire Stick that's got Kodi on it. Then you can at least use your NAS as a localized storage remotely. But this video is about accessing your NAS via the HDMI because you're going to need that to output Kodi and enjoy it from the comfort of your sofa. So if your NAS has a V in the title, such as TVS, or it is a NAS that has an Intel Celeron based processor and an HDMI out, then you are laughing. You don't need much in the way of memory. You can get away with as little as 1 gig, but I would recommend having at least 2 gigabytes there, but that's really it. The second thing you have to bear in mind is one of the barriers a lot of people have found with installing Kodi, particularly on a QNAP NAS, is that Kodi has something of a reputation for being used to watch media that people have downloaded online from the likes of Pirate Bay and more. So do bear in mind that when installing Kodi, that Kodi is not available in the official application center. We're going to have to use a third-party or semi-third-party application center to install the application. Lastly, you are going to have to install another application that is available on the App Center, and that's known as Hybrid Desk Station or HD Station. It will either be available in the App Center as a standalone application or in the QNAP store by going into the entertainment section, and you should find HD Station listed here, or once again mentioned here on Hybrid Desk Station. There are other little add-ons that you can utilize, but these are mainly for other tools and apps. But really, the main one you're going to need is Hybrid Desk Station. You can, if you choose to, install any of the other applications, but really this is the only one you're going to need for Kodi. So, the first thing we need to do is add connections to another app center, or at least install the app. I'm going to show you two different methods, one easy and one less easy. The easiest thing to do, if you only want to do Kodi and nothing else, is to head over to an application center known as QNAP Club, or qnapclub.eu/en. From there, from this application area here, you can go ahead and start typing in the word you want to look for, in this case, Kodi. It will find Kodi, and it's recommended you go for the very latest version available. That's Kodi Matrix. If you select it, you'll be able to see that this is the one that was updated as late as the 29th of October 2021. Going back to some of those previous versions, you're able to see that if you look at some of the other versions that have been uploaded handily by Christopher, you can see that some of these are a lot older than others, such as this. And you can see the version of HD Station makes a huge difference here. But making our way back to that version that we looked at, once again we're looking at Kodi Matrix. Now the quick and kind of streamlined version way of doing this is to click download here and then click download. This file will then download locally to your PC, and then this file here you can make your way into the QNAP Application Center. From there, go into the App Center. From the App Center, head up here to the cog. Make sure you can allow installation of applications without a valid certificate. Then click Apply. Once that's done, close. Then click the plus symbol. Then click Browse. And then from Browse, you'll be able to go into your download folder and find the application, which hasn't finished downloading on mine, but then all you do is click that application and install it like you would any other app. But what if you want to do it the slightly more streamlined way without having to download the file locally like I'm doing here? Well, and this also allows you, by the way, to access a lot more applications. It's kind of the same thing but with small differences. So go back into the QNAP Club, and when you're there, click on the Install the Repo or Install the Repository. That opens up in a brand new tab here. Scroll down and find this URL bar right here. Highlight it and then click Copy. Head back into your QNAP NAS and back into the Application Center. From the Application Center, scroll up to the top and go back into the cog. make sure you have ticked the allow the installation of applications without a valid digital certificate. From there, select App Repository. Then click Add. From here, give it a name, and again, you don't have to call it QNAP Club, but I do. And then from there, in the URL tab, paste that URL that you just created right there. This should be linked in the description. No login information is required. From there, click Add. Once it's added there, click Close. A new tab will open here at the bottom, marked as QNAP Club. This is the new App Center that allows you to access all the applications available on the QNAP Club repository. There are lots of applications here. Now, if you do want to look at some of the other cool apps, because there are lots of regularly updated apps there, I do recommend that you head up here, click Sort, and sort by release date. This is really important as far as I'm concerned, because it shows you those updated applications. And then from there you can make sure that these are ones that have had either regular updates or have only just been added, and therefore more likely to work with your current version of QTS. If you head into HD Station, you can see applications that are explicitly designed to work with your HDMI out NAS, whether you're going to utilize the remote control or a KVM, keyboard video mouse setup. There's everything from popular games on there to more, all of which can be downloaded at the click of a single button. Now, what we're looking for is Kodi. So if we go into the entertainment section, from there, scroll down and look into the most recent ones, you'll see that Kodi will be one of the most recently updated applications. Alternatively, we can go straight and sort these by title. So if we sort by title, click down there, go into HD Station, or we can click Matrix into there, click Search, and there's Kodi Matrix. Then go ahead and click Install. It will warn you that you're installing an application that doesn't have a valid digital certificate, then click Install. It will now install the Kodi Matrix application, and right now, rather than you installing it manually as we did earlier on by downloading that application and showing you how to do it, it's now downloading directly from within the QNAP NAS from the QNAP Club store. The QNAP Matrix application will install via HD Station, and you will not be able to access it from within QTS in the web browser here directly. However, you can, if you choose to, still access the HDMI output via web browser if you want to configure some items if you choose to. I apologise for any noise in the background during this video. I'm in quite close proximity to another NAS conducting something for a new video coming very, very soon. But if you want to access the HDMI output of your NAS via the web browser so you can configure some of the options more easily than you can with a remote control, head into the control panel. From the control panel, go to the bottom where you see HDMI display applications. Click here, and then from there you will see any HDMI equipped applications begin to be listed. These can involve surveillance, the Linux Station application, or Hybrid Desk Station. Once Hybrid Desk Station has appeared, go ahead and click the Settings button. From here, click this box that says Enable Remote Desktop, and then click Apply. Once you've clicked it, an option here will appear that will allow you to access the HDMI output of your NAS via the web browser. Go ahead and click it. Once you click this, the HDMI output of that NAS can now be accessed via your web browser on the local area network. So if you only have the QNAP remote control, or you're using the free remote control known as Q Remote, and you find this user interface a bit limiting with that remote, you can access it via the web browser, and from here tinker and play with a lot of the applications and configurations a great deal more easily. Now, once Kodi, the application, has finished installing, you may want to make sure that Kodi is the first application that opens via your HDMI output. And by that, what I mean is, if your NAS updates itself and has to restart, the last thing you want to do is to have to navigate a lot of these options on HDMI when you want to just enjoy your media every single day. So in order to do that, if you want to, you can make sure that Kodi opens up first thing on your NAS. Right now, Kodi is still installing there in the background, but until it does, what we can do, and there it is there on screen, actually, well, let's carry on with that. If we choose to, we can make sure that Kodi is the default application that opens via HDMI by clicking the cog, going into the Applications tab, finding Kodi. From Kodi, we then go down here and select Set Auto Run. Once that's done, it means that this application will automatically load via that HDMI output every time the NAS is turned on, and therefore it will always be outputted via HDMI. Now remember, there are other cool applications available on the QNAP Club store. We're revisiting the QNAP Club store for 2022. Applications such as standalone PC games, communication tools in Zoom, Skype, WhatsApp and more. There's lots of office applications and surveillance tools, and of course things like MB and Plex Media Server can be outputted and controlled via HDMI to enjoy your high-end media locally. But when you're ready, go ahead and click Kodi Matrix, and then Kodi will open up into this HDMI output. Now the first time Kodi opens, it will ask you about certain add-ons. You may find, such as I am right now, that accessing the HDMI output via the web browser has an element of lag to it. The only reason for this is because my network is rather busy. You won't have that problem. As you can see, it's asking about different audio and video decoders, re-encoders and more, all of which can be enabled and never have to be revisited again. Once again, all of this can be configured via the network interface, but you will see a greater degree of decrease in latency and instantaneous responses if you access this via the HDMI directly from the comfort of your sofa. And remember that QNAP have that application, Q Remote, for those of you that want to control your NAS with your mobile phone. Again, the Q button application, whether you're utilizing it with a physical remote or the Wi-Fi enabled application for iOS and Android, can be configured so that different buttons can switch to different applications, all of which over HDMI. And there you go. That is how to install Kodi on your QNAP NAS in 2022. Remember, there's lots more to be seen at the QNAP Club store, and we will be revisiting the subject of QNAP Club and the HDMI HD Station application for QNAP very, very soon here on the channel. So if you want to stay tuned for that, make sure to click subscribe and the bell to be notified as we touch on this subject very, very soon. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Click like if you did, and I'll see you next time.